Hello, and welcome back to Inner Peace Place. I'm Karen. Today we're going to be discussing the topic of feeling insecure or inferior in certain situations or around certain people. Our goal with this work is to take guidance that we may be getting or privy to, all of us are, from a source that's larger than ourselves. Some people call it God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, beings of light, our guides, angels, Mother Earth. So there's so many different ways to label this guidance, and they're all correct. It's a personal choice. So if you and I are trying to blend the guidance from the all that is with our previous experiences and habits, we are going to need to step into a new habit of active behavior instead of reactive behavior. So let's say you walked into a room and all of a sudden you have this sensation of everybody staring at you. Whether or not it's true, you feel it. You're feeling inferior to someone in the room, or maybe many of the people. Maybe the way they're presenting themselves, the way they're dressed, any of it could trigger this feeling. It could be the room you're in. The fact that you walked in and everyone is sitting down and you're standing up. So there's no one way that this can occur. I think another common one is when you're introduced to someone and all of a sudden you get this sensation that you aren't as good as they are. So that's what we want to work with today. I think the feelings start in our childhood. We absorbed that feeling when we were in a situation similar to what you just walked into or became involved with. And as a child, we experienced negative outcomes. And so when that occurs over and over, you build up a habit of automatically judging the temperature of the room when you walk in or the environment, putting your toe in the water, and you get that sensation and it's automatically bad. You put up walls. Some people withdraw physically, some people emotionally just shut down. So the way you react is what we want to look at. So if we back up just a little bit, ask this question. Do you feel in your heart that one energy housed in a physical form is more valuable to the all that is than another physical form? The answer is no. We are seen as equals, no matter what our color, our religion, all of this. It's just a non-point. So if you can step back from, I feel insecure when I have these things happen to me, or I find myself in this situation, step back and think, really, that's my point of view. It is truly not the point of view from anyone else. So that's one part of this, is to realize it isn't a stagnant habit to have that sensation or that feeling when you walk into that environment. It's a habit from past experience. And whenever things are a habit, remember, they can be changed. Sporadic things are more difficult to work with. But if you always feel a certain way in certain situations, that is a jewel to work on. It's a good thing. Your ego enjoys the intensity of that feeling that you get. So your ego personality self isn't going to help you out of this one. They like it. They like your reactive behavior. It gives them a sensation of being alive. And being a peaceful individual, those sensations won't serve you anymore. So that's why we want to look at this and say, okay, what can I do differently when I find myself in these situations? First of all, we have that one glimmer of knowledge that those individuals truly are not any more value than you are. Their education might be different, their manner of dress, their manner of behavior might be different. Difference isn't a sign of lack of worthiness. It just is a difference. So what we want to do is say, I don't need to protect myself in this situation by pulling away or not engaging in these activities because I don't feel valued. I don't feel worthy. It's important to understand that you're standing tall in the eyes of the all that is. Your energy is beautiful. You are a light to the world. Each of us is a light to the world. If you have chosen to live a more peace-filled life, what you can do is say, I feel this way. And I honor it because I created that feeling when I was younger. But it isn't serving me today. So what can I do different? First of all, you want to say, I don't like this feeling. Secondly, you can focus on where it's coming from, physically in your body, or a memory. It will not be coming from this moment. This moment is pure and simple and peaceful. When you stepped into that room and you suddenly had that feeling, that was a memory being pulled forth. It was not something from this moment inside you. And see, again, that's a habit, and it's a good thing. We can now choose to look at it and say, well, yeah, I used to do that, but I'm going to take a deep breath and relax. My intention is to connect with a power higher, more knowledgeable than myself. And when I'm in that state, I can be relaxed. And when I'm relaxed, I can have a good time. If you know you're getting into a situation in advance, that is a really nice place to go. Visualize yourself walking into that situation or being around those people and seeing yourself relaxed and expanding a light, your own light body. Just close your eyes before it occurs and see yourself as an expansion of beautiful white light, or any color. It doesn't have to be white. When you do that, you get bigger. In other words, you are more readily able to receive guidance. And in that situation, you'll be more comfortable. So if you're able to do this activity before you walk into that room that you always feel inferior, or a group of people that just rub you the wrong way and make you feel uncomfortable, you will be able to identify with that light energy that you imagined to it when you do actually walk in. So in other words, it's not that you're changing anyone in the room. You're just simply saying, I can feel the peace in here. And I'm going to focus on that peaceful feeling rather than what my past is trying to bubble up inside of me. I will respectfully decline those rhythms and accept a higher rhythm when I am in these situations. You are always a being of light, even if you're uncomfortable. So the new habit that you're developing with this work is to stop and listen to your body. Feel where anything is coming from, some information. Maybe the walls are trying to come up, or you have a flutter because you just are uncomfortable. Feel that and realize it's a past behavior. It isn't something from this moment. It isn't something you're learning from this moment because nothing has happened. You just walked in. Even if someone were to come up to you and say something negative, your reactive behavior would still come from the past. It wouldn't be in this moment. So again, when you find yourself feeling unworthy or unable to cope with the way the other energies are in the room, understand that your light is so bright. You may have pulled it in as a protective measure, maybe, unknowingly done that. And so you want to expand and get bigger so that you can hear the guidance, so that you can attach your focus on the goodness in the room and allow the energy to dissipate from whatever it is that makes you feel uncomfortable. The light that you had sent to this, if you were able to do it in advance, is uplifting and calming. So you can intend that. I know I'll be in this situation and it always makes me feel insecure or inferior. So I will send myself calming, uplifting, strengthening energies. And when you attach yourself to that when you walk in, so when you make yourself bigger, you can find those energies and glide into the room and make yourself comfortable in your energies that you sent to that area previously. Now, if you didn't have an opportunity to do that and you were blindsided by something and it forced old thoughts into your head or old feelings into your body, you can still do this. Just be patient with yourself. Learn how to do it in the moment. These are our training tools. These are not to be shunned. The opportunities that we have to grow and to create new habits, because going forward, this habit may be old for you. You see, we're continually changing into a more vivid, enjoyable life. And by doing this work now, we will be able to find those types of activities in all of our situations, not just certain ones. I'm always happy when I do this, so I'm going to do that all the time. Well, that's one way of looking at it. But a truly peaceful individual is able to step from this activity to that activity to this activity without falling into old habit of protection or of aggression, because they're at peace. The feelings that you have of not being worthy in any situation are always from the past. You don't have to figure out why. You don't have to analyze it to death and relive all of these things to step out of that habit. What you do need to do is find a way to create that light, that expansion of light, and send it out to yourself in advance, and or walk in the room with this bubble of light because you were in a state of grace before you even went in there. That's my goal. If I could stand in a state of grace, I wouldn't have to make my light body bigger. I wouldn't have to refresh my connection because it would already be there. That's easier said than done. So what we're trying to do is develop skills to remind ourselves, how do I get back there? How do I find how I felt when I was praying or meditating? How do I take that into the room? And we can do it. I hope some of this has rung true with you, vibrated with you, resonated with you. If you have a topic that you would like to have discussed, I'm happy to do that. Just email me or put it in the comment section below. Give us some ideas for talks that we can do together. Love and light to you and your path. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.